818-502-4191. 818-502-4191.
There's no place like home. With your family around you, you're never alone. When you know that you're loved, you don't need to roam, 'cause there's no place like home.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the PM Show with Mr. Robert Conrad. On the line right now, Karen Valentine. Now, Karen, I mean, we were talking about, of course, your passion for performing. And I think for people that really make it in this industry, Mr. Conrad, of course, included in this, it is that passion for entertaining people, for performing, for being out there in front. And not. And
what passion? I was in it for the money. What are you talking about? Huh? Show me the money, baby.
Show me the money.
You kidding me? I think I like loading those trucks. Are you goofy, man?
Oh, man. Well, I mean, Karen, of course, you know, your career.
She had a passion.
You had a passion. You worked consistently.
It's a passion, to Eric. It's a passion for the material, you know, for good parts and for good writing, you know. It's not just, you know, to show off and, you know, in front of people. It's to have the opportunity to work on material that's really terrific, you know, and entertains at the same time.
Well, I mean, you're also kind of coined as a funny girl. I mean, a lot of people really hired you for your humor. You're kind of, you know, your cute and funny humor.
Right.
How was that when you're trying, you know, you have your heart in the theater and maybe more serious contemporary roles, and you have people that are also looking at you as kind of a cute and funny person. I mean, how did you kind of create a space for yourself where you felt comfortable with who you were as an actress?
Well, you know, I think it kind of, one thing follows another, but it's like on the stage, doing theater work. I mean, there are funny plays, and as anyone knows, it's much more difficult to do comedy than it is to do drama. You know, when you can make someone laugh, and it's even when you're on a set, when the crew is laughing, you know you've got something going. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
In comedy, it's comedy is very, very difficult. It's timing. It's so many things, and it always comes back to the writing. You know, if something ain't funny, it ain't funny.
Well, now, would you work with writers on some of the series you worked on? I mean, when you came onto a show, did you read the script and say, well, you know, I want to change a few things here and there, and did they listen to you?
Sometimes, yes, yeah. There were times. I mean, it would depend, but I was fortunate that most of the things I worked on had really terrific writers. I mean, Room 222 was written by Jim Brooks, you know, and some wonderful writers were on that show. So, and the comedy came out of character and situation, which is always, you know, which is how it works, you know.
What did you enjoy? Really, you said, but from a standpoint of the drama challenge, what did you enjoy the most?
What you mean in serious roles?
Yeah, serious roles.
Well, you know, like you say, I mean, I'm known for being a funny girl. To be able to do a dramatic role and surprise people with that size, that side is a kick. Do you know? I did this was many years ago. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking of Starsky and Hutch. I did a Starsky and Hutch, and it was like Fatal Attraction, where I'm following Starsky around, Hutch around, and I'm so in love with him, and I'm invading his life, and you know, I just consuming him and smothering him, and to do that role, and the character was very off balance, and all, to do that kind of a role, and it to be such a surprise is fun. I did I played a New York City cop, a decoy cop. It was a true story. The Mary Glatzel was one of the first female decoy cops, you know, detectives that went out to get criminals, and I played her in the movie. So in playing her, it was a whole different thing. This was what was funny, because she was New York, and I had a New York accent, and it was a gritty sort of piece. And then pilot season came back around the next year after I did that, and when I was sent out for meetings to meet on comedies, they said, well, she's dramatic, right? She's from New York.
How
right?
quickly they forget, right?
Exactly. So, you know, you're constantly proving yourself, and it's always great to get the shot to do something different and interesting.
Well, they always knew that I was a Teamster, always.
A Teamster?
Yeah, local 710.
There you go.
Yeah, so.
Well, that's a good thing.
Now,
Backed you up, I'm sure, more than a few times there, Bob.
that's right.
We need that kind of backup.
Where's Jimmy when you need him, right?
Right.
Hey, no, that's an interesting story that I'll share with you. Jimmy wanted me to play him in the movie version.
No kidding.
And I met with him at midnight in his home in Michigan.
Did you have to knock with a password?
No, with his agent.
Okay.
I mean, not his agent, his attorney.
Mm.
Yeah, interesting.
That would
isn't
have been,
it?
that would have been something else. Bob Conrad as Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah,
Wow.
I would have been wonderful.
Yeah, you would have been wonderful. Absolutely,
you.
Mr.
Because
And,
Conrad.
and a great looking Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah, that's
Ooh,
true. Yeah.
You are so great.
not true to
Yeah,
to
when I
reality,
do the
but-
next film, you
If
will
I were Jimmy Hoffa, I'd want you playing me too.
you will play my wife in my next film, you little turkey. You. Now, do you have any way of corresponding with you? Do you have a website or anything like that, or no?
No, I'm very, very private. I'm not on Facebook. I don't tweet. I don't
Oh,
do
good
any
for
of that
you.
stuff.
Good for you,
all right.
Karen.
Well, good for
Yeah.
you. I'm on Facebook, and I don't tweet. I don't think. Do I tweet?
I don't think you tweet
Well,
yet.
if you
but-
tweeted, you'd know.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I'm on email.
So would everyone else.
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
Karen, I want to share something with you.
What?
11 million people have listened to you tonight. We have the #1 international talk show on radio.
Yes.
Yeah. So just
Now I'm nervous.
now you're nervous.
Now
all right.
I'm nervous.
Well, you're charming and you're
What did I
beautiful.
say?
Hey, you're charming, you're beautiful, and I thank you for being a part of our show.
Absolutely.
It
Thank
was
you.
a pleasure.
Yeah,
It was
Karen.
a lot of fun. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you,
Bob.
Karen. What a sweetheart.
All right, thank
All
you,
right,
sweetheart.
take
You're a
care.
beauty.
You-
Okay.
Absolutely. Karen Valentine, everybody, thank you to her for taking time to join the show. Wow. Something else, Bob. And of course, Bob, you were with Karen on Hollywood Squares when she had the coveted Center Square for quite some time there. Bob also joined the show and joined the good times. So,
Yeah, what a charming little
Yeah.
girl. Isn't she charming?
and for our listeners out there, she's an amazing looking woman. Unfortunately, she's married though, 34 years to her husband.
Which is wonderful. No wonder she's not on Facebook.
That's right. Who needs that?
And
right?
all that other
You got a good
nonsense.
marriage. Who needs to be on Facebook?
She's got a good marriage, and
That's,
and she's a charming lady.
Absolutely.
I was delighted that she decided that she would do our show.
Absolutely. Guys, stick around. More great stuff coming up. We got Ernie on the line, ready to do his ballad. And taking your calls, 800-336-2225, 800-336-2225. It is the PM Show with Mr. Robert Conrad. We'll be back right after this.